Now we'll look at how to assign a resource to the task. If if you don't assign a resource to a task, we will not come to know how much resources are available and who should work on a which task. Do we have a correct number of a resource or not? Are you expecting a resource to work on a task at a time when that resource will not be available, for example, a holiday or something? And do we have assigned a resource to so many tasks that you have to exceed the capacity that is have you over allocated? So to do that, we have to assign a resource to a task. We will learn how to assign a resource to a task. There are multiple ways we can assign a resource to a task. First, I will show you here. If you add a new column and type resource name, press OK. And in the previous example, we have learned how to create a resource. If we click on this drop down, all the resource which we have created in the resource sheet will appear here. We can select resource name here, whatever the resource is relevant to the particular task. Like here, determining the project scope, I'll select a management and sorry, determining project scope, I'll select a management. Similarly, for secure project sponsorship, that is, I'll again select a management. And there is other way we can assign a resource to a task. To do that, what we'll do, we'll go to resource and assign resource. There is a one other window will open, that is assign resource. Now we'll select a task which we have to assign a resource, and then we can select a resource which we want to assign it here and then press assign. The resource will be assigned to that particular task. And now if we have to do it for the next resource, we can select the next resource. Again, I want to select a two resource for that task. Then what I'll do, I'll select management plus I'll put control and I'll press project manager. Then two resource have been selected. Then if I press assign, those two resource has been assigned to this task. You can see those names are appearing on the Gantt chart. To view more details about a resource and their duration and everything, go to view tab, and there if you click on details, then there is one other window appear in the below that will show for that particular task how many resource has been assigned and what percentage of the resource can be utilized and total number of hour per week. That means 5 days into 8 hours, that is a 40 hours per week. We can change this task form view going to format. For that, you need to click on the task form and then go to the format. You will get these of the options. You can select whichever the option. Now we'll learn setting up a cost resource. The, the sole purpose of cost resource is to associate a particular type of cost with one or more tasks, such as a travel, entertainment, and cost resource do no work and have no effect on a scheduling of a task. The maximum units standard and overpay rates and the cost per use field do not apply to cost resource. However, you enter the cost value of the cost resource only when you assign it to task. We will create one example of cost resource. In the resource sheet view, click on the empty cell in a resource name column and we'll type it as travel, and we'll select cost type as cost. Controlling work when adding and removing resource assignment. There is something called effort driven task. For example, if total work remains same for that task, then if we assign more resource, that that duration should reduce automatically. And if you assign one resource, the duration will remain same. To do that, to activate effort driven task, we have to do some settings. For that, we'll go to file, and under file there is a options, and under options we'll go to schedules, and under schedule there is a scheduling option for this project, and there is one option called new task or effort driven. I've already selected this, that means I have already checked this box. If you want to enable this, you can check this. By default it is not checked, so you can check this and press OK. And after that, what you need to do is you come to task and then go to information, and here under advanced tab you can see there is a task type. You can select fixed units and click effort driven. This box will be not checked. Then if you want this to be effort driven, you need to check this and press OK. And now we'll see if we assign a resource how this duration will change by itself. Go to the resource and assign resource. First we'll allocate one developer to this, and you can see the duration is remain same. And now I'll include one other resource, that is a development team. If you do that, you can see that duration of the task is reduced to 1.5 day. Similarly, I'll add one project manager to the same task. See, again it's reduced to the 1 day, but practically it may not be possible. But this option is there if you want to use it, and this will do things for you. And here again there is a three more options you will get to choose. Reduce the duration to so the task ends sooner but remain by required the same amount of work. Again you can choose whichever the option you want. Increase total work because the task required more person, or keep duration constant. Reduce the hours that resource work per day, keep duration and work same. So we'll select reduce hours that required work per day, keep duration and work same. You can see that duration has initially it was 3 days and reduced to 1.5 days. Now if you want to see the details of your project, you can see it in multiple ways. And first we'll go to view, and then we'll click timeline. If you click timeline, you will see what is the details, what is the start date and finish date of your project. And you can see another way. Go to the projects and click project information, then this new window will open, and here again if you go to statistics, the new window will show details of your project.